Our off-grid family homestead faces the biggest challenge yet. Little did we know that our lives were about to be swept up in a devastating force of nature. And as the fire approached, we felt the fear and panic and adrenaline surge through our bodies. And the embers and sparks were raining down from the sky, igniting anything they touched. And they were creating spot fires everywhere that rapidly spread in all directions. The gusty winds here were further fanning the flames and driving the fire further to us. The speed at which the fire spread was overwhelming and made it feel impossible to escape. So I got my guests in the car and most of the family, and we just moved back to about 100 metres from the fire. My car's engine roared to life as I got everyone inside the car and manoeuvred the vehicle along the winding dirt road, and hanging all our hopes on the fact that the fire trucks would turn up in time. We called emergency services again and gave them our exact location in hope that that would help them find us more quickly. And Paul and Nathaniel decided to stay and protect the property. The crackling and burning of the twigs and leaves filled the surroundings and drowned out other sounds as the fire moved closer. And the worst thing about being in a bushfire like this is that the flames can spread rapidly and unpredictably because of the strong winds. On a seemingly ordinary winter morning, we had just finished our breakfast when we got the call to say there was an out-of-control fire heading our way. And worried glances were exchanged as we peered outside the shed. And as the fire became closer and closer, our eyes widened in horror. Dark plumes of smoke billowed on the horizon, engulfing the distant hills in an eerie haze, and our hearts raced with fear. We bought this off-grid property almost 2 years ago, seeking solace from the chaos of the bustling city life and to find peace in the vast wilderness. This was anything but peaceful. When you look at the hill behind the path of the fire, you can see that it's just completely blackened everywhere. And that was one of the most frightening sights. And our tool shed that has our generator and stored fuel in there is only about 3 metres away from this gate. Our shed not being far behind that, and we also had bottles of gas everywhere. Each minute felt like an eternity as the roaring inferno closed in around us. The fire drawing closer with each passing second. But in spite of all this, our guests remained calm and offered words of encouragement to their 9-year-old daughter Jane. So even in the face of imminent danger, Paul and Nathaniel, their instincts kicked in. We'd worked hard on this property and they weren't giving up. From where we were all sitting 100 metres back from the fire, we couldn't really see what was going on with the shed because of the smoke. There was low visibility. So we didn't know what had happened with Paul and Nathaniel. Beck had said that she thought that they were following us, but they weren't anywhere in sight. The spot where we had parked about 100 metres away from the fire was a cleared area that our neighbours had made to put a pad down to create a shed there. I definitely felt a lot safer back here, but I think it was a false sense of security. The time between calling the emergency services and upon their arrival felt like eternity.
I say all the time that I say most of the time that this is the worst day of my life, but this is probably the actual worst day of my life because it's the first actual fire.
Well, this is a pretty serious event, but the good news is, like I said, that no one is going to get hurt, and that's what, you know, people are pretty resilient. We have resilience, so even when terrible things happen, like fires, burn stuff, we can survive and rebuild. Well, there is a fire theme to our holiday, isn't there?
See, this is what happens if you have a fireplace, darling, that you don't take care of properly.
You definitely can't start a fire with your friends now, Eli. That would be very embarrassing.
Well, there'll be nothing left to burn in a minute.
Yeah, that's right. The fire brigade are not going to want to come out 2 weeks in a row.
True. So our shed is right behind that big green tree in the middle. Can't even see the shed anymore, there's that much smoke.
Like that, it should be fine because it's not, the fire's not huge, and we've moved most of the stuff away from it, so it shouldn't. I mean, we can always ring back emergency if we need to evacuate and say, can you come?
We need a helicopter.
we
need like a billion helicopters.
So glad you came down, Beck.
This is exciting, yeah. You were worried we'd be bored.
Yeah, I know.
It's not exactly boring.
No, it's not.
It's not exactly good that it's not boring.
Yeah, I think
There might be less exciting things that would be more fun.
Dangerous stuff probably isn't, is probably going too far away from boring, isn't it?
Yeah.
I did see them driving away. So.
Did they?
Yeah, they drive. Oh, the ambulance, the
Fire
thingies.
brigade. Oh, that's what the lights were. I could see those flashing lights.
Where?
That's the fire brigade. Straight ahead, you can see the blue and.
Oh yeah, I can see it now.
I could see, they've been there for
Here's
a while
Paul.
actually.
So then Paul called and told us to come back to the chimney paddock. Emergency services had arrived.
It's burning back on itself now. Well. Come on. Yeah, but if it gets on far. If the wind, we go for the wind off, probably
That's it. Did you take a waste of time or the
there's always time. Ooh. Bit of both. Well, we all learned something out of today. And to put out a fire. Yeah. I was fucking shitting myself. I'm like, I'm going to burn alive here. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much at night, try to keep the fire going. Oh, we just got whatever we've
like cleared out some of the knolls. I just love see any of those big old ones we've used. So
Got to be a bit hard to
they've been
find firewood now.
yeah. Well, that surprised me. Like I really did. Yeah. Well, and a truck pulled out. It's only a tiny little mower, but
I'm leaving off here.
Our family had fought against the odds, pushing forward despite exhaustion and the suffocating smoke that stung their eyes and seared their lungs. It seriously looked like Armageddon, and the fire truck had become bogged at the back of our shed, just to top things off. The fire had surrounded us on all sides. The chimney paddock was a small clearing, and as the flames momentarily subsided, allowed us some fleeting respite. Eli got changed and started helping with fighting the fire.
Until this happened. Well, at least nobody has to
It's a holiday you'll never forget, isn't it?
It's not, I've never had this experience before. Do we have to pay extra for this?
okay.
For the fire trip?
No, Mummy. George,
I'm going to attempt to
I feel like the worst is over now. So they're attempting to pull the bogged fire truck out with Paul's car. Unfortunately, the ute couldn't pull the fire truck out. It was way too heavy, full of the water. Okay, absolute desolation of the property. It's like a war zone. Hopefully it doesn't come that way towards the tent.
Have you got anything in the tent that you want moved?
Oh, I've got
Everything's out that you want.
everything that I care about.
Yeah.
is out.
Okay, I saw you running back and forth on it.
I grabbed all my good clothes, grabbed whatever. Just. Oh, I should have seen it. It was right here, Peter. Right here, just pouring with smoke, and it's like big flames, and you just. You know what?
Look at your dad. He had the camera on top of that sand, and the fire's come over the top.
That fire fire's coming this way.
Do you think you'll get more visitors or less visitors?
I think less now.
You don't get this experience in the city.
I know, you don't.
So is that still the fire making that noise, or is that the rocks heating up?
So the fire.
Yeah, it's quite loud, isn't it? Because there's not much fire.
It's still up there, isn't it?
So yeah, so all around us, we're away from the edge of it. So yeah. Look at the flames over there.
Miraculously, as quickly as the fire had come, it started to recede. We were grateful to be alive, but we mourned the loss of the untamed beauty that we had grown to love. Many of the firefighters that had arrived to help us were people who were volunteering their time, and this was the 4th time that these fire trucks had been out into the community to fight fires in the last week. And we also had the help of 3 of our neighbours who came along to help us try to fight the fire and to pull the truck out.
6,000 litres of water there, so that's 6,000 kilograms, so 6 tonne. What's that, is it?
Our neighbour John brought in his tractor to have a go at trying to pull the fire truck out. And all the water had to be emptied out of the truck where it stood to try to make it a little lighter to be able to pull it out.
Feel how powerful this is, and then all my weight holding it.
Over there.
You asked him to get one of those blankets,
Which blanket?
one of the ones on the trailer.
The grey ones?
They're coming down.
Is that not the news?
I was going to say it would be good to go up and
That's what I was saying. Can we go for a drive?
Not a joyride. They're working.
not every day you have a helicopter land in your paddock.
Oh, we just talk to that guy. There's up to that.
We had a lot of options.
So they had tried pulling out the bogged fire truck by car. So Paul tried with his car, and then our neighbour John came over with a tractor and they tried to get it out, but the chain broke. So then they had to basically call in a bulldozer to get it out. So we had promised our guests that were staying with us from Brisbane that we would have an outdoor campfire while they were here visiting us, but I don't think this is what any of us expected. And believe it or not, this was not the only fire truck that got bogged out here on this day. There was another one that the bulldozer had to go and rescue as well. So far the firefighters had been on our property for about 8 hours now. And we had all emerged from the fire, battered but alive. So they finally got the fire truck out, and about 90% of our property was ashes. We found ourselves in a devastated landscape, a charred wasteland, but we had learnt a lot through this first experience of a bushfire coming through our property.
Close your eyes, get some rest. I'm by your side. Lay your head on my chest. I know you've had a really bad day. But I'm right here, it's gonna be okay. It's over now, so don't despair.
House is pretty big.
The world could fall down, it's gonna be okay. The sun could go out, we're gonna be okay.
Thank you.
Before the blue skies make too gray, we're gonna be okay. The world could
Well,
fall
there would be good
down,
close up.
it's gonna be okay. The sun could go out.